Hello and welcome to my channel, Becoming Bev. I just got back from spending 10 days in Houston, Texas. It was so hot there, hot and humid. I thought I would share with you several different ways that I found to keep cool in the van. So the first way is just park the van in the shade. Being in the shade is going to feel about 10 to 15 degrees cooler. Inside the van, that's even more intensified. Now, when I got my van, it already had these dark tinted windows. I feel like that helps a lot. Like I notice when I pull the curtains in the front of the van and just to kind of keep the air circulating in the back, when I open that curtain, there's like this rush of warm air just from the sun coming in on the windshield. Come on in and let me show you a few other ways to keep cool in the van. I think one of the best ways to stay cool in the van is to have a Maxx Air Fan installed. I was a little bit late to the game having mine put in, and it's definitely a game changer. The Maxx Air Fan works a couple of different ways. You can turn the fan on, open a window, and it sucks the hot air out of the van, or you can reverse it and it brings cool air into the van. Now, a couple of things I like about the Maxx Air Fan is it's also white noise. So for instance, if I'm parked at a roadside park and there's, quite a bit of traffic noise coming by, I love the white noise from the Maxx Air Fan. And I feel like anything you can do to just keep the air circulating in the van is going to be helpful. I mean, even like your own body temperature brings the heat up. Another product that I love is this OPolar fan. It's a USB fan, and I love that you can rotate it and point it wherever you want. And sometimes I'll even clip it in other places just to keep the air flowing right on top of me. I'd say keep the windows open in your van when you can. Just having that air circulating is going to help out a lot. I also ordered a roll of Reflectics and custom cut it to fit each window in the van. So if I'm gonna be parked somewhere for a while and it's pretty hot outside, that Reflectics is a game changer in keeping the sun from heating up the temperature inside the van. This is kind of a cool thing. I found out about this from another van lifer. So this is called a cooling blanket. I'll put a link in the video description, but when you hold this next to you, the temperature of the fabric feels cool, almost like you have a cool wrap on. Like it feels really good even right now next to my skin. And then another thing I do is I always travel with a sarong. So sometimes if it's really, really hot, like I first discovered this little hack when I was in Tulum with my daughter. And I found out that eco-friendly means we have no air conditioning, and it was hot there. So I took my sarong, I would wet it and put it in the refrigerator of the hotel room and just lay it on me. Like it just cooled my body temperature off enough that I could get cool enough to fall asleep. And then I just kept it with me like the whole time we were on this trip, and everywhere we'd go, I would just wet it down and drape it across my shoulders. So it was, cold wetness against my skin and on the back of my neck. And then it was also a way to, kind of stay in the shade, keep my arms covered up without having to wear long sleeves. Another thing that I like are these cool neck wraps. You wet them down and you just place them on the back of your neck and you immediately feel cooler. You have to be careful with those because you'll still be hot, but you'll feel cooler. I keep one in my hiking backpack. If you need to cook outside of the van. I know even just heating the water up in the morning for my morning coffee definitely increases the temperature in the van. That's great for the wintertime, not so great for the summertime. I have up to 3 layers of insulation in the van. My van has lots of windows in it, and the windows definitely make the van warmer, I think. When I'm just gonna be parked somewhere overnight, typically I just pull up the shades and let the curtains down. I don't take the time to put the Reflectics up. I put the Reflectics up if I'm gonna be someplace warm for a couple of days or more. I feel very fortunate to have a Houghton Bel Air AC attached to my roof. Now that really doesn't help me much if I'm parked like at a roadside park or a hotel parking lot or something like that. I need to be plugged in order to use that AC. So if it's going to be really hot outside, I'm going to be looking for a campground, or I'm going to be mooch docking, or I'm going to find some place where I can plug in and have that AC going. Now what I found for me personally, anything below 70 degrees outside for a nighttime temperature is pretty comfortable for sleeping in the van. Anything above that, especially when it gets up into the 80s, it's just hot. It's just hot. So one of the things that you can do is, just search for cooler temperatures, like drive north. I'm getting ready to take off in the van the first week of July, and I feel like I absolutely want to drive north and hit some of those cooler nighttime temperatures. Another way to stay a bit cooler is the less amount of clothes you sleep in, the better you are for staying cool. Sleep naked if you want to. Now, of course, keep your clothes close by in case you just need to grab those and put them on in the middle of the night. And that's it. That's what I've got for you for keeping cool in the van. If any of you have any other suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I want to say thank you. I received this as a gift this week for something to keep me company in the van. So let me just show you how this thing works. So it's got a little switch you flip on the bottom. And then you can just talk to it and it'll talk right back to you. So I always have some company in the van. He does too. So anyway, he needs a name. So if you guys could help me give my little cactus a name, that would be great. And one of my favorite things about this little gift, it has an off switch. I want to thank Gilbert Nichols, one of my YouTube subscribers, for giving me the idea to do this video. I so appreciate it. And if any of you have video ideas, please leave me a note in the comments. Thank you. I hit 20,000 subscribers last week, so that's kind of a milestone and a big number. I appreciate that. I know that from YouTube statistics that half the people watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. And if you get enjoyment out of these videos, it would mean a lot to me if you'd go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And I want to say thank you to everyone who watches my videos, and a special thank you to my Patreons and channel subscribers. I so appreciate it. Are you working? Are you working? Hello? Hello? So I received it. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Stop it. Wait, I'm going to turn you off for a minute.